Our meeting. I'd like to call to order the Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau Advisory Committee meeting. Today is Thursday, June 3rd at approximately 8:42 this morning. Welcome, everybody. I'd like to start with the roll call, which Magali Rodriguez. Present. Magali Rodriguez.
Jen, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay. Raymond Camina. Marisa Ramirez, present. Elizabeth Flores.
Present.
Judith Gutierrez.
Present.
Omar Minhas. Richard Laurel. Mr. Salo Otero.
It's present.
And Mr. Gabriel Castillo. Okay. Do we have any members that are asking to be excused for this meeting today?
Not at this moment.
Okay. Thank you, Eileen. Moving on to the approval of the minutes for the May 6, 2021 meeting, which is on page 2.
I would like to move that we approve the minutes as submitted. I don't see any corrections or revisions to this agenda, to the minutes. So I'd like to move that we approve as submitted.
I second the motion for Judy for the approval of the minutes.
Discussion. I just wanted to add on the committee and nominations and elections of vice chair.
Yes.
The sentence that says Mr. Castillo confirmed that there is no hierarchy system in place that will commit him to the next appointed position and accepted the vice chair. What did he really mean? What did he mean by that? That in case he can't serve, it doesn't force him to serve. Is that what that says?
No, Betty, I think what it means is, some in some organizations, there's a natural hierarchy. I mean, you move from, one position to the next year, and then it goes on until you become president or the chair or whatever. In this organization, it's not. I mean, it's a year-to-year election, and we elect our chair that way. Then that's what he meant by that.
It doesn't naturally make him the next
Chair.
Okay. Okay. I got it. Okay. I just wanted to confirm that because I know he's very busy, and I know that was his concern and probably why he mentioned it. But I wanted to be sure.
That was exactly the reason, Betty. That's what he mentioned.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Do we have any public or citizen comments to bring to our meeting today?
Madam Chair, can we open with a prayer, please? Mr. Vasquez, can you lead us in a short prayer or a short moment of silence?
Absolutely.
We all could bow our heads. Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for another beautiful day that you've given us. Thank you for for all the blessings that you've given us, Lord. We ask for your grace and your Holy Spirit to be with us, guide us. We ask for you to bless this meeting that we're going to take place, Lord. That you bless each entity represented here, each advisory committee member, Lord, our office as well, Lord, that you may bless them, that you may be with us, Lord. Everything that we do, that we may honor you, may glorify you, Lord. We ask that every project that we have, that it may flourish, Lord, and that you may be with us at all times. Give you all the honor and all the glory. We praise you. We thank you for another beautiful day. We ask for you to continue blessing our lives, blessing our businesses, our jobs, where we work, the great city of Laredo. Bless our mayor, council members, all the city employees, and everybody that lives here in Laredo, that you're great. You will be with us. In the name of Jesus, we say, amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Joel, for that blessing. We really all appreciate that, and we can all use that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, going back to item number 4, do we have any public or citizen comments to bring to our meeting today?
No, today, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Eileen. Moving on to the reviewing of the year-to-date financial statements, which is on page 4.
Yes, thank you. Page 4 and page 5, you have our financial statements, and as you know, we are going month to month. There were some adjustments in the projection. We've reviewed with budget, but we are so far aligned with what we are collecting. I don't know if there are any questions regarding our report.
I think I read somewhere, Eileen, that the sales tax and was higher than I think I read that in the paper than we had at any particular point in time in 1 month. Is that what I read correct?
Yes, that is correct. Sales tax has been very has been higher than we've had it before. We believe that it's the different assistance that everybody has been getting from the government. People are going out, people are spending it, so that has helped a lot our sales tax. I received our latest report for our hotel occupancy for the first quarter of the year, and we have an occupancy of 74% for the first quarter of 2021, which is really good. So we're still there. We are seeing especially at the airport, the arrival of a lot of people that are coming in to get vaccinated, which, as you know, with the guidance, and I'm jumping a little bit into my report, but with the guidance of under the direction of mayor and council, we're promoting the vaccination for tourists.
Well, I think it's a good sign of where we're headed for. I mean, this year, that the projections are hitting the mark or even exceeding it. I believe, and that the stimulus checks did what they're supposed to do, is stimulate the economy. And I'm glad to hear that, because people are spending their money, and it helps us in the sales tax and everything else. So people see that improvement in our economy. I mean, it's just something that I was looking forward to. I mean, we had been hearing so many, bad things, negative things about all of this, and now, the proof is, in the reports and in what we're seeing in our economy. So, thank you so much for saying that, about the economic stimulus package that was passed. So.
Yes.
And it went to people that normally would shop. And I think because of the vaccine, they're shopping physically in Laredo instead of online.
Yep.
And that makes all the difference in the world, because online you don't get your taxes online in a local store. And so, we've been fighting that online tax issue for many, many years, and it hasn't happened yet. But that is the big change. And having the Mexican shopper here wouldn't have made a difference except in sales, but not in the taxes, as you all know.
Yes.
Yes. So no, we're definitely very happy to see the numbers and how the economy is
Coming back.
coming back. And as you mentioned before the meeting, people are excited to go out now that vaccinations are up, especially in our community, and they're happy to be out and shopping. So
Yes,
we're seeing that.
So we have to remember to promote our own people.
exactly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Eileen on the financial statements?
Looks
If
good.
not, we'll move on to the May activity reports. We begin with the director's report, Eileen, which is on page 6.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And this last month, and I combined a little bit of April and May because I didn't see you all in April. We were traveling to Mexico City as part of a delegation, so I wasn't able to be here with you all. But we had, as you know, our National Travel and Tourism Week. Thank you to everybody that came to visit with us that day, to attend our ribbon cutting ceremony, and to see our new visitor center. We're so excited. We've been excited this whole year, and now we're even more excited to be able to welcome people to our visitor center. Welcome the community to the shop. It's been a great success, and I'm gonna let the rest of the staff talk about it later. But I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been here, has had the chance to visit. And if you hadn't had the chance, don't hesitate to come visit us. The trip with the delegation was very successful. We had a chance, so it was a two-part trip. One was in Mexico City, where Ana Reina and myself traveled with, and Samuel. All three of us traveled with the group, and we had the chance to meet with Samuel went directly to San Mateo Atenco, but Ana Reina and myself had a chance to meet with some media outlets in Mexico City. And I don't know if you know, but in Mexico City, most of the outlets are on a national level because it's the capital. And so we had a chance to talk to Grupo Expansión. We had a chance to do interviews with Multimedios, Milenio, and Notmusa regarding upcoming events, especially sports. We had Councilmember Vidal Rodriguez with us on those interviews, and so he was able to expand it everything and anything sports here related in the community. So he talked about Tecos and Border Olympics and all the different activities that we have, and especially about the sports complex that it's hopefully coming very, very soon. And so we had a chance to showcase that while we were in Mexico. And the other part of the event was traveling to San Mateo Atenco. There we followed up on our sister city agreement. What you see in the picture in the report behind, and the second picture behind us is the fire truck that the city donated to San Mateo Atenco. They have been able to use it, and Samuel and Chief Silvestre Rodriguez traveled before we did to do some trainings to the local fire department, and actually some fire departments and assistant some crews are looking at the different, how do I explain this? It's companies that are around the area. It's a very industrial area, and so there's companies that have their own mini fire department, and so they also went to the training. And so that was a very successful endeavor. And the other thing is we have a project, again, with the guidance and the direction of mayor and city council, to bring arts and crafts and to bring a shop to Laredo, like a permanent Sister Cities festival, but in one shop, so that we can also attract more people to downtown. We can attract more people to the community, and the idea is that will positively affect other vendors that we have, our Mexican import shops, if we start bringing more to the community. So that's the idea.
A wonderful idea. I really, really appreciate you all doing that, because that's a game changer. It really is.
We're very excited, and we're trying to accelerate the process as much as we can. The other picture that you see, they have a shop called Casart there in the state of Mexico, in Toluca, and that's that's a little bit of the idea that we want to replicate here with them. And so we're really excited, and we hope this project that we can see something very, very soon here in the community.
That's great, Aileen. You know, we've always said Laredo's really not a destination city because we don't have a beach and we don't have, anything other than what we used to have, which was the shopping and the access to a third world country and the shopping and all of that and the difference. So now you can do all of that in Laredo, and you have brought it to Laredo, and you have made it easy for people to come and access Mexico through Laredo. I think it's wonderful.
And this is part of what I see it as a 3-part project, because we have our Sister Cities Festival, and Veronica will expand on that, on the idea for the Sister Cities Festival. We also have the online element that it has taken us a little bit more time than we had expected, but it's coming really, really, it's becoming a really nice project, and it's going to be something that I believe everybody's going to really like. And then the other side is going to be this permanent exhibit shop here in the community. So we're in a way, we are expanding the Sister Cities Festival the way that we, in a way that we had discussed, a little bit different than what we had discussed before the pandemic, but we are continuing that idea of expanding the Sister Cities Festival and expanding the attraction of that product.
Very good. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I don't know if there's any other questions.
No other questions. Moving on to the Assistant Director's Report, Joel, which is on page 8. Joel.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Thank you. My report's on page 8, 9, and 10. And so this month we were a little bit busy. We were able to get a couple of leads for different events for August and one for November. And so we have several events that we're going to have within this couple of months. We're getting ready for with the USA Boxing tournament that's going to be held at the arena. So we are really excited for that. That's going to be in August. So, this month was a little bit busy. So leads to hotels, mostly were for service hotels, since they need meeting space and now with the social distance. But we're really excited. I think little by little, everything's picking up. And that's basically what I wanted to highlight. Also, I was selected Volunteer of the Month for MPI, the Texas Hill Country chapters. I'm very excited for that.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. So that's basically what I had in my report. I'm not sure if you guys have any other questions regarding my report.
Great report. Busy days.
Thank you. Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about this Avocado Fest.
So it's an event that Councilmember Vanessa Perez has been working with Eileen, with Parks, with Economic Development, and we have, I think, three big Fortune 500 companies that are opening their warehouse and their distribution center here in Laredo. And their main products is avocados. So we came to work with them and do a festival that was gonna, be a good exposure, good event for the community as well. And we're working with Parks and Leisure Department. Right now, we have the Unitrade Stadium as the facility to host the event. And so we're going to have music, we're going to have food, it's going to be entertainment, a lot of activities for kids. So it's a big event, similar kind of like to your Jambuzi, something similar like that, but everything is all themed with avocado. And we're really excited. We are, we're in our planning stages right now. We already have some stuff already established, but it's going to be something pretty big and our first time, and obviously the support from the businesses that now are opening here in Laredo. And Laredo is becoming a big destination for crossing avocados. And so it's going to be something really good. We're really excited about that. So it's going to be a lot of. Now we have October 23rd as a date at the Unitrade Stadium.
Is that going to replace the Jalapeno Festival or?
No. This is a city event. This is a city event that's separate.
From the WCA?
And the idea is with events coming back and what Councilmember Perez initially, the idea is to combine the economic development to highlight, as Joel said, those companies that are coming to the community, but also attach a component for the community. So this is an event where families are going to be able to go out, where we can highlight. I mean, avocado is already a staple of our cuisine, and so we want to highlight that and combine it and enhance the fact that there's so many companies coming to Laredo that are involved with avocados. So it's not meant to replace any other event. It's just adding to our
Addition.
lineup. Uh-huh.
That's awesome. I think the avocado is, a lot of people enjoy the avocados. I think there's a lot of room for expansion on that. Probably there's going to be things that we've never even seen before or thought of eating aguacate or avocados with.
Yeah.
That's a
Who
great.
doesn't like their guacamole? I mean, let's just face it. I mean, it's guacamole is part of our diet here.
Our diet and culture.
Exactly. Oh,
On the economic side, we need to be sure that we have the good data on how many people are employed and what that employment means to Laredo, if anything. And besides, because some of these companies come and all they do is use our land and pay our rent, and that's okay, and pay city taxes, and county taxes and school taxes, but we need to know more about what they actually contribute to the community in terms of employment and jobs.
yes,
And that,
And, and another thing,
with
Aileen, another thing, and I'll share that with some of the city council members. What do they give back to the nonprofits of this community? We who are in the nonprofit world, sometimes I go out there and ask for donations, and we become beggars. We become beggars. And I mean, I'm going to say this, but sometimes these companies from Mexico don't give anything back to nonprofits. I wish I could get into the pockets of every transportation company here in town and to give to the nonprofits, and we don't, and we can't. So, and it's not for the Convention Visitors Bureau; it's for City Council. It's for City Council to stress that.
Lalo, that was my question was, what is their community involvement? And
Amen.
since we're going to highlight this particular because there's many kinds of crossings, but since we're going to highlight this one in particular, and like Marisa said, it is part of our cuisine and it is part of who we are, but let's take advantage of it and see if somehow we can expand that for them to participate in our community in the ways that Salo mentioned, and specifically in their job creation. I'm very interested in that.
and we're working together. So we're working with different departments, and one of the departments that we're working very closely with is economic development. So they're the ones reviewing all that information. They're actually the ones, the liaison with those companies. And so they are reaching out to those companies. Several have already shown interest in helping us put together the event. So that is one of the things that we saw as an opportunity. We want to involve them. And Councilmember Perez she made it a point to say that she also wants this event to become a networking. It's also an economic development event, not only a festival yes, it's a festival for families, it's family entertainment, but she also wants a component of economic development. So we're working very closely with Teclo Garcia, who's the director for the economic development department here in the city, to look into all those components. So we'll be happy to share all that information with him.
I agree with Salo as far as the nonprofits, because I know with other I've worked with other nonprofit organizations that also feel, you visit with these huge companies, and I'm not going to mention names, but they are not into giving to nonprofits, and a lot of nonprofits depend on that, and I know Salo does, and I know I do, that, and a lot of other, you all that are sitting there, you are with nonprofits, and it's frustrating to see that they're making a lot of money and taking a lot of money out of our community, but we're
Amen.
to
Indeed.
charge and then maybe make it part of the negotiations, that a certain percentage or whatever it is, should be dedicated to nonprofits.
No,
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I'll share this with the Economic Development Department and management.
And whoever's taking minutes, let the minutes show that we definitely support this, but support them in getting involved with nonprofits, and be specific, nonprofits.
Yeah, because if you say economic development, blah blah blah, it's all going to get
Yeah,
lost.
that's BS. That's BS.
It shouldn't be, because they take a lot of money from all of us, because all of us live here, and we all in some way or other have our work with nonprofits, and it's very frustrating, that you struggle and struggle and struggle while you see. And I don't begrudge them. I think it's wonderful that they make a lot of money. I want them to make a lot of money. I want them to be successful. But I also feel that a small part of that, should be given back, to the nonprofits. So.
And many times I'm sorry.
All that is good and well, and it needs to be focused on. But because I've always known that these companies are not good job producing companies, and if they do, they pay very little. And if I've gone to several companies, and the people there, and you can see the lines at 6:30 on the way to Nuevo Laredo, are all residents of Nuevo Laredo. They're not residents of Laredo. And so that's not a bad thing, because we're helping our sister city and their job creation, but that means that there's a different pay scale. And so I do want to focus on the economic development portion as well, and the job creation for good paying jobs, period. Good paying jobs, whether it's Nuevo Laredo or whether it's people from Laredo, but good paying jobs.
And we'll be happy to share all this. We're taking minutes, and we'll be happy to share all this with the Economic Development Department.
Amen. Thank you.
I know that it's always been a very important component, of all of these big companies, coming to Laredo and receiving the tax breaks and everything that they ask for the first few years of being here, and that's fine. But also as part of that, and I know when I was in Webb County that part of those negotiations were how many jobs are you getting, good paying jobs, not just jobs, because they could create 100 jobs, and most of them were minimum wage jobs. You want good jobs, an affordable wage, a living wage, as we say, for the people that work there. So I think that that's one of the things that what Betty is saying, and I totally agree with her. Totally agree with her, that we should also concentrate on those good paying jobs that are going to be created by these companies. So thank you.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say is that, the nonprofit organizations are probably one of the organizations that is least recognized, and they are the ones who actually work very, very hard, and with people that are volunteers that are not even getting paid. So it's an excellent subject that we're bringing up here, and that we're going to express our thoughts further up in the City of Laredo under the Economic Development Department. So Eileen, thank you so much for being able to do that for us.
And thank you, Salo, for bringing it up. I know that it's not an easy subject to talk about. It's very sensitive, yes. But I think these are the things that need to be brought up, and I appreciate you bringing it to attention. So
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. So if there's no other questions or comments with the Assistant Director's report, we will move on to the Services Coordinator's report, which is Veronica's report, which is on page 11.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to highlight some of my report on the gift shop. We have had great sales this month, even though we just recently opened to the public. We had 1,000 $346 sold this month. So we're doing very great. And also, I end up doing putting these stickers on the windows of all city buildings. And of course, you always like to expand. And we'll probably be seeking our partners, hotels, everyone that to share, to have these display in their lobby, so so if a visitor wants to come and it's a Saturday or whenever we're not, or we only open from 8 to 5 and they want to do curbside, they can the following day. So we're very excited of our new space, our new gift shop, and it looks great. And I think everybody that comes and visits gravitates to it. So and we keep. I mean, I every day, every morning I walk there and I have an issue. Eileen says that my name's Veronica and I have issues with OCD of everything looking a certain way, but it works. I mean, everything is placement and things that we were looking into always improving it and restocking. We actually just restocked a lot of the farmers market products because we sold out of the hand soaps of. I think there's a sun catcher. There's different items that we really resold. Oh, and the biggest hit is our painted painted bags, the Yute bags. They're custom made by Pati Orduña, and they've been a hit. We've had to reorder this one time, and I think we're about to reorder again because they're selling. So we have great sales, and it's we're excited about it, and I think. Working with marketing and pushing our store and pushing an online store as well has done the trick. So we're doing great. So with our shop and like always, we work as a team, and I think all of us are team players. So we do all this together. So that's part of my report. I don't have any other questions regarding it on anything that I.
Veronica, what it was $1,346. What was the previous month? What did you sell?
The previous month was similar, even though we were not open, but we were doing a lot of curbside, and a lot of the city employees they were kind of like our highest customer. We have top 3, so I think city managers wins top, and then we have our boss that she's but yeah, it was the same sales for April. It was the same amount.
About $1,300.
And we have been pushing it before as well in April, but we were doing curbside, even though we were not open to the public, but we had sales. We've been through from April to now. It's been a steady flow of the same above $1,000.
Now, is that the only place that you have your gift shop? Is that the only location that you have?
Yes, here in our office, yes.
We are working with airport though. We're working with the airport to have a second location. If it's not an actual location, we're looking into maybe like a vending machine, some sort of option there at the airport. So that would be our second location.
Everybody, and I know that everybody's been through an airport, and sometimes you want to pick up a last minute gift, to take with you. And where do you go? You dash to the gift shop and you go and look around in the 10-15 minutes that you have, and you buy something. So I think that's an excellent location, and I think it should be something that is open. Like you have there downtown, and it's I know they probably have an extra salary there, but I think it should pay for itself eventually.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, I think the vending machine is an option. We've seen other ideas or other destinations where they have the vending machine, and it works. It self serves. It does. We wouldn't have to have a person there selling the item, and it's also space wise very efficient. So. We've already worked on a few items that we already currently have in case we move on to having that vending machine sooner than later, but we're preparing for that.
And as you know, the airport is expanding, and so once it expands, we'll have the option of having probably a point of sale there. So yeah, no, airport is really excited about having us there. We're working on the different options, and so we won't scratch any option of having a point of sale there. We're looking at the vending machine for now, but we hope we can have something a little bit larger in the near future.
Yes.
Veronica, a
Yes.
quick comment and a suggestion.
Of course.
Maybe if we reach out to these nonprofits who are doing some fundraisers, we can tell them, do you guys put together a package of all your the stuff that you have there, like a basket, and you tell them you can give this away free. This nonprofit has a raffle with 10 prizes. This will be your 11th prize, right? You know how the 10 commandments, this will be the 11th commandment. A package from the Convention and Visitors Bureau of all the things that we have there, pencils and pens and what have you. And this is free to you because T-shirts at the Convention and Visitors Bureau hanging don't do any good, right? You got to have these T-shirts and wear them, right? And if you give them away, somebody might wear them, and they can say, hey, where'd you get that? Hey, I got that in a package. Where can I get it? Go over there. And, help the nonprofits and give them a package. You can give this away in one of your raffles.
Well, I don't know if the nonprofits would want that extra work, but that's okay. I think we need to consider everything. Okay, so
Yes, I have it in my notes and I will work on that. Thank you, Mr. Otero.
You're welcome.
I also have a suggestion about opportunities to sell the merchandise. Now it's very popular to have those pop-up shops. So maybe whenever you guys have all the information about meetings and conferences happening in town, maybe having a pop-up shop at the airport around the time of those visitors coming into Laredo or leaving Laredo. Also a pop-up shop in places that are highly visited, like the mall. The mall is now getting a lot of people. I went to the mall last week and I hadn't been there in a while, so I was very happily surprised to see a lot of people out and shopping. So I don't know, maybe that could help as well, to get more, the word out about the store and about the merchandise and everything.
Yes. I will contact the mall. We've worked with them prior to this, with the mall. So we could see if they have a space. We've also talked to the outlets. They also have something similar that we could also be part of. So we're working on doing those pop-up shops as well.
Good work,
Thank you,
Veronica.
Carly.
Great presentation. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Magali, and thank you, Veronica. There's no other questions or comments, and we're moving on to the marketing manager's report, Selena, which is on page 13.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Thank
morning.
you for joining
Hello.
us today. And this morning, I just want to highlight the most recent project that was done by our team, which is hosting YOLO Texas, which is a Texas travel show seen throughout the state. The team came down and they interviewed Eileen. We visited Ringo's Barbecue and Burgers, El Puesto Taqueria y Cantina, along with Sally Limon Snacks. This show, pre-pandemic was more focusing on events and festivals throughout the state. But they did go ahead and modify their themes to highlight more of the city, different cities' destinations and, their attractions and what it is that, makes them stand out. So we were aiming to cover Laredo's unique eats. So Beatriz and Reina helped out with coordinating the visits and the interviews. And everything went really well. All, the owners with Ringo's El Puesto and San Limon were more than happy to have the crew come in, feeding just plentiful mass amounts of food so the host can go ahead and taste. The crew, was able to indulge as well. And they really just got a great feel of Laredo. They're editing the packages right now. And we do have some summer dates that they're aiming to air the packages. And, we'll go ahead and keep you all posted on the final product. But this is something that, CVB has invested in before. It's our second time around. The first time they came in was for WBCA. And it's, it was great to see how the restaurant owners were just so positive and just ready, willing, and able to promote their location and promote Laredo at the same time.
It's wonderful.
Great.
It's very, very good.
If there's any other questions?
Any questions? Selena, thank you so much for your hard work and your presentation. So moving on to the Monterrey office with Samuel and Selene, which is on page 31.
Yeah. Good morning, Madam Chair.
Hi.
Here on Monterrey's Casa Laredo report. We continue with our series of Facebook live streams. Last month, topics were taco or hamburger and what is a family fun center. We got the chance to travel to Laredo last month, Selene and myself. And besides taking some photos and videos from main event, Jackie Jimenez was very helpful with us. She allowed us to go inside the main event, got to B-roll some and get some photos so we can share with the audience in Monterrey in one of the Facebook live streams. We also got the chance to B-roll different areas of different locations in Laredo, so we can in future Facebook live streams, so we can share them with the people, with the audience, and also to create like promotional videos so we can share in all of the CBB social media. Like Eileen mentioned, we just started to travel a little bit more. I traveled with her in Ana Reina to San Mateo Atenco. I was most of the time was with Chief Sylvester Rodriguez, who provided training to the local fire department. Some of the other activities we had last month, as you can check on the report, and we've been also sharing all of the news about COVID vaccine availability here in Laredo to share and provide this vaccine to all of the tourists. We've been sharing this information through different magazines. One of the magazines is Turismo para Todos. That's a digital magazine, which is sent to travel agents in Mexico and Latin America. So we've been sharing information about Aeromar flights and also about the COVID-19 vaccine availability. So people who lives in Mexico City can come to Laredo to take advantage of that direct flight. And, so they can have the COVID-19 vaccine. And all of the people around Mexico area. Yes?
Samuel, vaccine, is it the one shot?
The Johnson
It's the one that is available. The one that is available. We're sharing that information. We share the information about the vaccines available here in Laredo, about the Moderna, the Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. Okay, and in that art that we shared with the magazine, it specifies how many doses the people will need.
Yes. So they choose.
They choose, and we provide the information through vaccinatelaredo.com in the City of Laredo website. We're basically providing information. We're not directing them to a specific location. We're not directing them to a specific place. We're giving them all the options of private, public, any options that they
We're just like letting them know that it is available. Okay, exactly. you can have Laredo destination as an option, you know, to come
Okay.
and get the
So
vaccine.
once they get here, ellos escogen. They go.
Exactly.
Yes,
They choose.
Okay,
yes.
that's fine.
They
So
they
we're
choose.
not
and-
babysitting them after that.
Yeah,
Good
they
idea.
choose. I mean, and they also, as part of the plan, they also spend, dollars here. They stay at least for 1 or 2 nights. They will stay at least 2 nights and also go to do shopping, visit restaurants. So the
Sure.
economy starts moving on.
Sure.
So are the,
When they know that they have to come back for a second shot, if they
Yeah.
they don't take the Johnson and Johnson, which
Yeah,
is the
they
one,
choose.
which is an advantage to Laredo, that they would have to come back for the second time and
For
stay
sure.
another couple of
Yes.
nights. So you're doubling the the times that they're going to be coming and staying in Laredo, and hopefully they'll spend a lot more.
Commissioner, and hopefully they'll come back because a lot of people aren't getting that second shot, unfortunately.
And there is people are coming, people are shopping, as someone said, and they are looking for specific. They already know where to go, even before we tell them. They already know where to go and what to do. But we're providing that information to everybody.
Yes.
so are the flights, are they pretty full? I mean, are the flights, maxing out as far as passengers, or is it just partial?
No, we have a good number in the
number.
yes. And so I wanted to mention that. So this promotion for vaccination is only for people that are traveling by air.
Yeah.
Because of the restrictions in the bridges, we are not promoting this for driving because it's an appointment for a vaccination is not considered essential travel by Customs and Border Protection. And so therefore we're only promoting this for people that are flying. And so we're getting really good numbers on our flights from Mexico with Aeromar, to the point where we were adding 2 more flights because of the situation with FAA and Mexican Airlines and all that. We weren't able to establish those 2 new flights, but hopefully very soon we'll be able to bring them back. But we continue with the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday flights.
That's really good. It's an indirect but a direct effect into the city of Laredo. So it's still exposure of the city and what the city can do for people. So
I have
And
to
so,
say, I love the La Liga Mexicana de Baseball. I love those ads. Those are great promotionals. I just love those. Congratulations on everything. But those are spectacular.
Thank you.
Samuel, maybe you can get a billboard and say, get your shots in Laredo, a shot of tequila, a shot of wine, and a shot of the vaccine, and really get a smile on their face. See, you just laughed. Get a smile on their face and say, hey, you got to think out of the box sometimes, ¿verdad?
That would
And
be,
like they say, if you run an ad upside down, people will say, what the hell is that? And they'll read it.
so that would be a great idea. Unfortunately, because of the restrictions that we have,
Yes, I know.
Attorney General
it's limited.
use hotel occupancy tax to buy ads to promote the vaccination, but we're doing everything we can in terms of PR.
Amen.
something like, it's your shot selection. I mean, whatever you want.
Give me a shirt with 2 shots.
Hacer un comentario, ya sacó Milenio una publicación que decía que Estados Unidos ofrecía vacunas y algo de alcohol. Entonces, como que ya se está prestando ahí el tema para eso.
Okay.
Well, look what Budweiser is doing for the campaign, to get vaccinated. I mean, once you show that you've been vaccinated, you've got your second shot, or in the Johnson and Johnson, you've got vaccinated, they're going to give you a free beer, which is it's a promotion. It's a promotion. It's not promoting more than one, so people are going for it.
People are going to get like 4 or 6 vaccines.
That's true.
So those are the items I wanted to highlight. I don't know if you guys have any more questions about our report from Selene and myself.
Good report. Good job.
Very good, and thank you so much for your hard work.
Thank you.
So moving over to our last item on discussion and announcements, we have here the National Travel and Tourism Week celebration. Eileen, or
We just wanted to, as I mentioned in my report, give a quick update. It was very successful. We had different activities. Last year we had to put a little pause on the celebration, but this year we had the proclamation, the ribbon cutting, officially opening our visitor center to the public, and we had other activities to highlight the importance of our tourism industry in the community. I think that is a key message of that week, is highlighting how important the industry is for Laredo in terms of jobs, in terms of job creation, bringing more people, bringing people that are going to spend money in our community so that locals can enjoy some of those benefits. And so that was the purpose of that week, as we do every year, and hopefully we were able to achieve at least some of it. And through also marketing, put up a training for our tourism partners for social media. And so we will continue with those programs throughout the year. And as mentioned, our next meeting date is July 1st. I don't know if everybody's, and we will have it as an announcement. We will have that, the meeting in July 1st will be here in person at our office. If anybody's still not comfortable coming to our office, we can have a hybrid, but the idea is that we can welcome you all here.
Well, we need a party then.
a welcome party.
Yeah, we need at least 15 more minutes, to be able to socialize. You know how we are, huggy, kissy, everything.
Absolutely. I look forward to that. I'm sure everybody does too. Does anybody else have any comments or any reminders or anything like that? We can bring it up right now. Mr. Otero, anything?
Ms. Gutierrez, I know earlier you mentioned about Jalapeno Festival being replaced by avocado, but WBCA did announce their dates for 2022, and the celebration will be taking place January 20th through February 27th of next year.
Okay, Selena, that's good.
Thank you. So do we have any other comments? It's a pleasure always seeing everybody, even though it's virtual, but it's always a pleasure. And thank you all for coming to today's meeting. And I know it takes time out of everybody's busy schedules. And I think we try to always be very productive during this meeting. Thank you all. Do we have a motion to adjourn our meeting?
I move that we adjourn the meeting for today.
I second.
Thank you all.
See you July the 1st.
Thank you. See
Thank you.
all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Be safe.
Bye bye.